Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. On this sunny Thursday, I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, 2 Jamestown residents. They're facing federal charges. We'll have the details on that coming up.
Plus, a state DOT driver was ticketed following a crash this week. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with more on this beautiful sunshine that's out there. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Thursday, everybody. We are so close to the weekend, and especially since it's Easter weekend, we're all looking forward to that Easter dinner on Sunday. And as we take a look at First Defense Doppler, we have nothing going on across the area. The majority of the day will be dry, but there is a small chance of an isolated shower through the late afternoon, but the majority of the day is going to be dry and very warm. Here's the satellite imagery, and you can see we have some high clouds that are drifting in, but otherwise it's mainly going to be partly cloudy. We do have some clouds around, but we have a warm front that's moved on through, and that warm front means warmer temperatures. The high yesterday was 62 degrees. We bottomed out at 50 this morning. That felt nice this morning. You didn't have to turn the heat on last night. You didn't have to really wear a sweater this morning. It was great. And the record for today is 83. We're not going to be near that, but that's the good news. But it is warm. So here's the forecast for the afternoon. Partly to mostly cloudy on average. Again, there's that isolated shower chance. We put it in here, but it's very, very small. About a 20% chance. That's about it. Mild and breezy. 71 in the inland valleys to 78 near the Lake Erie shoreline. Once you work out towards Rochester, they could see the 80s out there with a southwest wind averaging around 15 to 30 with gusts around 40 miles an hour. We'll time out the rain chances over the weekend plus next week. Spring looks like it's finally here. We'll talk about it with that Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-Day in just a few minutes. Jay, Matt?
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you. 2 Jamestown residents were recently arrested and charged by a criminal complaint. That according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. 33-year-old Douglas Beardsley and 18-year-old Camille Lopez are both charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, possession of a firearm during a drug trafficking crime, and possession of stolen firearms. Now, in addition, Beardsley is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. The charges carry a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $1 million fine. Now, police previously executed a search warrant at 70 Forest Avenue here in the city of Jamestown, which resulted in the seizure of drugs, cash, and other items, including 2 stolen firearms. Beardsley was previously convicted of 3 felonies, which legally prohibits him from possessing a firearm. Now, WNY News Now will continue to follow the case, and for more on the arrest, please visit our website at WNYNewsNow.com.
A New York State Department of Transportation truck driver was ticketed following a crash on Route 417 in the town of Allegheny on Monday. 55-year-old David Chase of Great Valley was issued a traffic ticket after the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office said he struck power lines while traveling westbound on the roadway. The truck pulled several of those power lines down, causing several utility poles to break as well. Route 417 was closed for several hours as crews repaired the damage there. Deputies say luckily no one was hurt in the crash. Multiple residents were without power and phone service as National Grid and Verizon fixed that damage.
The Cattaraugus County Sheriff's deputies, meanwhile, say that a town of Allegheny man was taken to Olean General Hospital after he was hit by a vehicle Monday morning, also on Route 417 in the town of Allegheny. 44-year-old Michael Fanton reportedly sustained an injury to his left arm. The driver, meanwhile, 70-year-old Kathleen Sherrick, was making a left turn out of a driveway of Colonial Mobile Home Park on Route 417. Investigators say that Sherrick failed to use caution and struck Fanton. Sherrick was issued a traffic ticket and will appear in the town of Allegheny court at a later date.
And news from Albany, New York State will grant free state tuition and room and board to the families of New York State military members who are killed or disabled while serving in the line of duty. Governor Andrew Cuomo made the announcement on Wednesday, days after Republican lawmakers accused the Democrat-led state assembly of blocking legislation to expand scholarships for Gold Star families. Cuomo said there's no need to wait for lawmakers to act, so he directed education officials to begin covering tuition costs for dependents of fallen or permanently disabled service members. Now, the state already covered tuition for dependents of service members killed or disabled in combat or in training, but that didn't cover all military deaths or injuries. Cuomo said the expansion will cover, quote, several $7 million, end quote, but that's a small price to honor Gold Star families.
Justin, you've, over the last few months, you have done extensive work with veterans.
Yeah.
And what, from your perspective, what do you see here?
Yeah, so a lot of veterans already say that these costs are covered for their families through the federal government. But, so some of them seem to argue that this is unnecessary. They're grateful, but it's unnecessary at the state level. Now, at the same time, we see that the state and what many in the Republican side of the assembly argued is that, if they need it, let's give it to them, right? Someone in their family made the ultimate sacrifice and or was injured while serving this nation.
I mean, this could be, if the federal government, and this is based on my understanding. I'm not too familiar with the story, so I'm glad to learn with the rest of everybody. But if the federal government covers the tuition, correct, already, perhaps maybe this money would be more of like a, I don't know if stipend would be the right word.
And it does, at this point, it looks like it wouldn't be, because you'd have to be going to a SUNY or CUNY college, JCC, SUNY Fredonia. CUNY schools are obviously downstate. So it's not covering necessarily a private institution, whereas, the federal government would cover whatever school, for the most part, that they'd want to go to. So very interesting, and, Cuomo felt the heat, and, from our perspective, my perspective as a journalist, it seems like this reaction is to public scrutiny. That was, hey, this is not something that
we've seen that.
We want.
Yeah,
we've seen
from
that,
a lot of people.
The flip of the coin, so to speak. So interesting either way. Well, happy Thursday to everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying some of the sunshine, because it feels like summer out there with 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's supposed to be what, 70? I don't want to steal Dakota Sunday.
No,
we'll say 70.
It looks like it's going to be in the 70s. So hello to Rochella. Hopefully you are doing well. Happy Thursday to you. Wednesday, great to see you. I love all these top fans tuning in. Hello to Lisa. Hello to TR. Happy Thursday to Margaret. To Donna. To David is here. Great to see you, sir.
Dakota, Rory, the whole crew.
The whole crew is watching. Alberta, Victoria, Connie, Cindy. There's so many names we can't even get through all of them. Drop us a hey in the comments below and let us know, what are you doing on this Thursday? And if you have any big plans for Easter, because it's going to be a big weekend tomorrow. It's Good Friday. And it looks like, there'll be some festivities here at WNY News Now.
What?
Yeah, no one told them that. But some festivities.
We're going to talk during commercial.
Yeah, lots of festivities. So lots of food probably this weekend, too. Coming up, Facebook is having more trouble. We'll tell you with what.
But first, you've probably heard by now that Mueller report was released this morning.
Yeah.
What it found coming up. Dakota.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble hearing our producer, but you can see this is the camera from Lakeside Park in Mayville, and you can see the clouds are starting to break apart. We'll talk about it next. News Now at Noon continues in just a minute.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it. real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's gonna have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And happening now, Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report on his investigation into the Russian election interference was released publicly today, with some redactions. The report revealed how Trump repeatedly sought to seize control of the Russian probe. Included is details of Trump's finding of FBI Director James Comey, the president's directive to subordinates to have Mueller fired, and efforts to encourage witnesses to not cooperate. The president's lawyers have said Trump's conduct fell within his constitutional powers, but Mueller's team deemed the episodes were diversing of security to determine whether the crimes were committed. Now, before today's report was released, Attorney General William Barr held a press conference to explain more about the conclusions of the 400-page document. Karen Kafa is at the Department of Justice in Washington with more for us.
Attorney General William Barr addressing reporters at the Department of Justice Thursday prior to the release of the special counsel's findings. Barr explaining the conclusions laid out in his March letter.
So that's the bottom line. The special counsel confirmed that the Russian government sponsored efforts to illegally interfere with the 2016 presidential election, but did not find that the Trump campaign or other Americans colluded in those efforts. The evidence developed by the special counsel is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense.
The Attorney General also giving insight into the process leading up to the release of Robert Mueller's redacted report.
Earlier this week, the president's personal counsel requested and was given the opportunity to read a final version of the redacted report before it was publicly released.
Barr saying that the president didn't exert executive privilege to redact anything in the report before its release. Congressional Democrats slam Barr's timing and have called for the release of the full Mueller report without any redactions.
It now appears the Attorney General intends to once again put his own spin on the investigative work completed by the special counsel and his team.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
All righty, Karen, thank you.
As the world is reading over that redacted Mueller report, congressional Democratic leaders want to hear from the man himself. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader, New York State Senator Chuck Schumer, they are calling on Special Counsel Robert Mueller to testify before the House and Senate lawmakers on Capitol Hill as soon as possible. Now, Pelosi and Schumer argue that hearing from Mueller himself is the only way for Americans to have trust in the handling of the Special Counsel investigation. The two also criticized Attorney General William Barr for what they called his, quote, regrettably partisan handling of the report.
Well, more problems for Facebook. The social network giant has admitted to collecting 1.5 million users' email contacts without their consent. It's the latest privacy issue to hit the tech giant. Facebook said Wednesday users' email contact lists have been unintentionally uploaded to Facebook following a design change almost 2 years ago. A Facebook spokesperson said the firm did not realize this was happening until just April of this year. The company said they are now in the process of deleting the mistaken uploaded contact lists and that they've not been shared with anyone outside of Facebook. The news was first reported by Business Insider on Wednesday.
Congress is taking steps to crack down on robocalls, but until something is done, there are some things you could do to give yourself some relief. Mary Maloney, she's on deck, and she has a closer look in today's Consumer Watch.
Don't pick up. It's likely spam. Nearly half the calls made to U.S. cell phones this year will be spam. That's according to a recent study cited by the FCC. So what can you do right now to stop them? The first step is to register with the federal Do Not Call list. Next, use apps and spam filters on your smartphone to keep unwanted calls under control. AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile each offer their own free call blocking service. They also offer additional services at a price. Verizon's call filter app auto-blocks calls from known fraudsters. It costs $2.99 per month, and it shows you warning banners for suspicious calls and has a spam reporting tool. AT&T's Call Protect also has similar features and add-ons. It does cost a little more at $3.99. T-Mobile has an app that offers a premium caller ID service at $4 a month. Over at Sprint, their robocall blocking service costs $2.99 per line. And when it comes to landlines, you could sign up for a free service called Nomo Robo, which works with Comcast's Xfinity, Verizon Fios, and AT&T Uverse customers. It won't solve everything, but it's a start. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Alrighty, Mary, thank you. And not all robocalls are fake or illegal. Pharmacies and utility companies, for example, use the technique to reach their customers.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all probably gotten those robocalls before, talking about if you have a prescription ready. Or...
Well, and it's funny that we mentioned that because last week I had a doctor's appointment, and I'm alive. I'm here.
Right.
But no, a couple days before that, they...
use
my
like
doctor's
a 1-800
office called.
number or something.
Well, actually, it is a local number, but it's an automated system.
Right.
So
it's like a voice thing that says, you have a doctor's appointment for Matthew Hummel. Something like that.
Yep.
At blah, blah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That's pretty... I don't know. I have the... and you know what? The one day I don't have my phone with me. It's at my desk. But I have this AT&T Call Protect app that works pretty well. So certainly we will, if you have AT&T, it's free. You can download it. And I know a lot of big tech companies are doing that. But it tells me, it'll bring the call through still if I want it. So I could answer it. But it says this is probably spam. And then I can choose to block it, and then it won't call from that ever again.
Well, do you ever get those numbers where, because they recycle numbers. So you'll get these calls from these credit card companies, and they're like, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so. And I'm like, who's that?
Not me. No. So, but yeah, so it's a very, very interesting world, and I really don't think that those do not call lists. I don't think they work.
They don't work.
I mean, I don't know how many times it says press 2 to put out a do not call list, and we're still getting your darn calls. So.
Yep.
Oh well, what are you gonna do? What are people talking about? Let's see. Dave says, I just give the phone to my granddaughter. Well, that's funny, Dave. It could be some entertainment for her. So, and yeah, you're right, Wendy. There certainly is an app for that. And I know, Cindy, to answer your question, I know the AT&T app is free. Obviously, you have to have AT&T for it to work. I'm not sure if other phone providers, they probably have something like that. You could probably talk to your phone store or wherever you get your phone, and they probably could help you with that. And this is not an endorsement for AT&T. I'm just, that's what I have.
So. Ring ding, corporate's calling. Justin's in trouble.
Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see here. Who else do we have joining us today? Alberta. It looks like Brenda is here. Hello to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Enjoying some of this warmer weather. It looks like Sean is here. Hello to all of you. We still have a lot more news to tell you about on this Thursday. Next, though, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he has a live look at our Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-day forecast.
And later, JPS celebrates 40 years of Battle of the Classes by making a big donation to a local organization. We'll have those details next as News Now continues.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
When I'm streaming and I'm talking to my community, we have that literally split-second interaction. If somebody says hello, I say hello right back immediately, and it kind of creates that connection. Because like my subscribers and my followers, we pretty much go by Re-Up's Army. All the hate and everything that goes around, that's kind of like our mission statement. Is just be positive and enjoy each other's time. It's more or less just trying to use the internet in a positive way. Like we all from around the world get to connect on the same level, which is, we all love video games. Mixer.com/Re-Up. I'm live every single day, 8 p.m.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And talking about robocalls, I've actually had this happen. I'm not sure what they call it. I think it's called a finishing scheme, where they take a person's actual phone number and they create a robocall with it. Because I had that happen to one of my old cell numbers. So where, it automatically calls and it's a robocall. But anyway, this is the chance of rain over the next 5 days. 100% chance of rain tomorrow. So when you see 100%, that means it's going to rain. Definitely. And the chance of rain will dip off, but the next several days is really going to be wet and unsettled. So just get used to the galoshes, the umbrellas, and the clouds with the raindrops falling out of them. And it's another breezy day. We've had a lot of breezy days this spring, it seems like. The peak wind gust so far at the Dunkirk Airport's 43, and Jamestown had a peak wind gust of 23 so far today. So it's just, it's been very breezy this spring, which is not really that uncommon. This is a quick look at the Easter forecast. Again, it looks like the more widespread rain over the weekend is really going to be Saturday, and it's probably going to be a soaking kind of all-day rain. Some model guidance is suggesting possibly about a half inch to just an inch of rain alone on Saturday, but it will be seasonable around 57, and Sunday also the same thing, around 57 degrees, scattered showers. Now we have increased the rain chances a little bit on Sunday, but the majority of the day, but don't let that scare you, the majority of the day on Sunday is going to be usable. Here's a live look at the HD News Now cam. We can see a little peaks of sunshine trying to peek through the clouds, but boy, it is warm. 66 is the current temperature at the Jamestown Airport. There's that southerly wind. That's why we're warmer. We have a south wind that moved in after a cold front. The wind gust is at 23, and the dew point's down to 47 degrees. So let's show you what's going on with First Defense Doppler. We're clear across western New York. You can see the winds coming in from the south. This batch of rain is actually moving our way, but because we have some dry air, a lot of this is starting to hit dry air, and it's starting to rip this apart. But again, I would not but again, don't be surprised if there is a passing rain shower through the afternoon. And just noteworthy, there's severe weather down to the south here. Once again, that yellow box that pops up right there is a tornado watch, and that'll probably be extended eastward. So again, this is probably another severe weather outbreak, but the good news is it's staying away from us. Let's take you through the day here on Future Scan, and the majority of the day is dry. There's that rain chance right there. It's very minimal. So again, about a 20% chance. That's about it. And quite frankly, this model, I think, overdoes it a little bit. It hightails out of here, and then it's dry for the remainder of the afternoon. And then as we get into tonight, we're going to start to get into some of these rain showers, and it looks like the rain tomorrow is going to be kind of widespread rain, but I don't think it's going to be anything too heavy just yet. The most heaviest amounts of the rain are going to come Saturday, and again, there could be some embedded thunderstorm activity within this tomorrow afternoon. And then as we head into Friday night, it turns more scattered before it really starts to ramp up as we head into Saturday. So if you're heading out on the road this afternoon, no weather hassles, but look at these temperatures into the 70s. We shouldn't see a high in the 70s until summer. That's how warm it is. And then as we dip off through the nighttime hours. So tonight we'll bottom out around 58. That's actually our average high for this time of the year. That's where we're going to bottom out tonight, 58. Chance for a shower, otherwise mostly cloudy. Tomorrow we start the day around 60. Again, chance for a couple showers in the morning, and then rain showers will start to increase a little bit as we head into the afternoon. A few thunderstorms though, but look at that, 65. Look at you. Next 7 days, powered by Brotherhood Property Maintenance, are coming up right now. And 57 degrees on Saturday. Again, that could be a soaking rain on Saturday. We'll have to see how that goes. Sunday, mainly usable, but there will be some limited rain chances. Temperatures remain in the 50s and 60s. It looks like spring has finally sprung. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Taking a look at sports, the Buffalo Bills are going to open up their regular season on September 8th in New York against the Jets. The team, of course, had their schedule released yesterday. Now they'll return to New York the following week to play the Giants. Buffalo's home opener will be Week 3 against the Bengals, and they'll play at home again the next week against division foe New England Patriots. The Bills will travel to Tennessee Week 5 before having a bye the following week. Weeks 7 through 9, the Bills will remain at home. They're going to play the Dolphins, Eagles, and Redskins respectively. Buffalo will travel to Cleveland and Miami for Weeks 10 and 11. Week 12, Buffalo will host the Denver Broncos before having a short turnaround where they will travel to Dallas for a Thanksgiving Day game Week 13. Buffalo will host the Baltimore Ravens on Week 14, and then Week 15, they will travel down to Pittsburgh. Week 16, they'll head to New England, and they'll conclude the regular season at home against the Jets.
Yeah, we'll see if, obviously they'll get there, but whether they get there with some merit,
Well,
we'll find out.
Here's the thing, guys. I mean, and Dakota's getting ready to come in studio at some point here. I know he's a big Patriots fan, anyways, the biggest takeaway I had from the schedule is if you look at the road games, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that the Bills will always travel to Miami. They're a divisional place.
Right.
That's a pretty decent size travel. Then they travel to Dallas. But there's only, by my look at the schedule, there's only one game outside of the Eastern time zone. That's to Dallas. That's a central time zone. Otherwise, they're staying, not only are they staying in the Eastern time zone, but they are also, they don't have to travel far.
Yeah. No.
And two of their games are going to be in New York City.
Last point we wanted to make, too, before we move on to the next segment. The Bills have a pretty big Thanksgiving game. That's going to get some big TV publicity, right, on Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. The Thanksgiving games are always nationally televised. So really that will probably be the only nationally televised game for the Bills.
Unless they make it to the playoffs, of course.
Well, yeah, or if the Bills towards
Super Bowl?
No, but if they towards the end of the year, if they are doing well and they have like a big important game, one of the games towards the end could flex. So
Right. Hey, you never know.
That's
All right.
right.
Thanks, Maddie. Hey, Jamestown High School students celebrated their 4th annual Battle of the Classes Wednesday night at McElrath Gymnasium. Now, this year, students donated more than $11,000 to the Child Advocacy Program. Isn't that great? The money was raised through a variety of different fundraisers leading up to the event. Now, part of the 40th annual celebration, the original class advisors, Carolyn Whitehead and Eileen Burgum, were recognized for starting it back in 1980. Now, during the battle, students competed in several competitions ranging from volleyball to tug-of-war to even a couple of dance competitions you see there. For more on this story, you can head on over to WNYNewsNow.com. Dakota, as a Red Raider alum, you must be pretty proud of that number.
I mean, I think it was a couple weeks ago when we talked about this. I mentioned before how I think everybody at JHS looks forward to battle because it is so fun, and plus it is just a great way to have some pride in your class. And it is just fantastic. And I think it's probably one of the best times of the year is when battle comes around. Because, you can just hang your, your hair down for a couple hours.
Such a great event, too, which is incredible.
It's fun. So speaking about a great event, let's take a look at the Easter weekend forecast. And Saturday is going to be the day where we're going to see more widespread rain. So probably an all-day kind of rain, kind of yucky there, but at least we'll be around 57. Sunday, the majority of the day is usable. So please keep that in mind. There's the Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-day. And hey, we stay into the 50s and 60s. So I'm calling it right here. We're done with snow, but I don't think we're done with the frost just quite yet.
Okay, good to hear. Thank you, Dakota.
You're
That's
welcome.
it for us. We're back tomorrow. Have a great day.